Welcome to Pristine Maths Club. Like, comment, and subscribe. We want to look at the length of a line, the gradient, and the midpoint. Okay, the length of a line, the gradient of a line, and the midpoint of a line segment. Let us say we have this line there, and is a line P having a coordinates of x1 and y1. So we have the line P, we have the P there, x1, y1. Okay. We also have a point Q there. Okay, having a coordinate x2, y2. So M is the midpoint of the line PQ. Okay. The midpoint divides the line PQ into two equal parts. So we have the midpoint in that way. Okay. Now, suppose we want to get the length of the line PQ. You can say length of line PQ or distance of the line PQ. Okay, that's the formula, the square root of x2 minus x1, you square it, plus y2 minus y1, and we square it. The square root of the whole thing will give us the distance between the P and Q. You can see now y2 minus y1, the distance between P and Q, or the length PQ. We can also talk about the gradient of the line PQ. The gradient of the line PQ is we take another name for gradient is called slope. Okay, and it's usually m, small letter m. Okay, and this gradient is also the same thing as slope, as I have said. So it means the y2 minus y1, okay, divided by the x2 minus x1. Okay, note this, all these formula, you can jot it down, and that's about the gradients. The third one is the midpoint of a line segment. Okay, the midpoint is the line that divides, is the point that divides the line into two equal parts. So we'll take x2 plus x1, or x1 plus x2, we divide it by 2, comma, that's the x coordinate. The y coordinate is y1 plus y2, we divide it by 2. That is the coordinates of the midpoint. We'll make use of all these three formulas later on. Okay, and that's the midpoint. Please note this formula down. Now let us move on. The equation of a straight line. Okay, the equation of a straight line is usually y is equal to mx plus c. That's the general equation of a straight line, where m is equal to the gradient and the c is equal to the y-intercept. Okay, gradient is the same thing as slope, as I've said earlier on. The c is equal to the y-intercept. Y-intercept is where your line meets the y-axis, where it cuts the y-axis. Find the gradient of the following and the y-intercept. The first one is y is equals to 2x plus 5. Y is equals to 2x plus 5. Okay, so we write the equation of the straight line, which is equals to y is equals to mx plus 5. There are two formula for the equation of a straight line I will give to you, but this is the first one. M is equals to 2, y is equals to c is equals to 3 rather. Okay, in this case now we have been able to get the gradient and the y-intercept. The second one, y is equals to minus 3x minus 7. We also write the formula for the equation of a straight line, mx plus c. Okay, the m is equals to minus 3 and c is equals to 7. Okay, y m is equals to minus 6, c is equals to minus 7 rather. Sorry for that. The third one is 2y minus 3x is equals to 7. In this case, we have to make y the subject of the formula. So meaning that we are taking the minus 3x to the other side, become 2y is equals to 3x now plus 7. I will now divide everything by 2. Okay, we divide everything by 2, 2y divided by 2, 3x by 2, and 7 by 2. So we have y is equals to 3x over 2 plus 7 over 2. So the equation of the straight line y is equals to mx plus c. It means that our m is equals to 3 over 2 and our y-intercept is equals to 7 over 2. Okay, and that is for that. But we can now even sketch the, suppose we want to sketch this. Okay, that is the y-intercept. Okay, and the y-intercept, it means x is equals to 0. And when the slope is positive, your straight line will surely come from the right hand side, a slant straight line, right hand side to the left hand side. Okay, to be a slight a slant from right hand side to a left hand side. Okay, and that's what we have put there. So if we want to get the x-intercept now, we'll say y is equals to 0. And by the time we get our x, we take plus 5 to the other side. The x will surely be minus 5 over 2. And minus 5 over 2 is minus 2.5. So that point where the curve, where the straight line rather cuts the x-axis is minus 2.5. At that point, y is equals to 0. Let's look at the second one also. The y-intercept where your line cuts the y-axis is called y-intercept, and it's minus 7 there. Okay, in this case also, let us get the, if we look at this, our straight line will be from the left hand side to a right hand side. It is slant straight line from left hand side to a right hand side because the slope is negative. So, and the x-intercept there is where your y is equals to 0. Okay, that's where the y is equals to 0 there. So just know that the y-intercept is where x is equals to 0, and the x-intercept is equals to y is equals to 0. As I've said earlier on, if the slope is negative, it will come from the left hand side, a slant straight line from left hand side to a right hand side. And then when it is positive, it will come from a right hand side, a slant straight line to a left hand side. Okay, that's about that. Now let's look at the formula of the slope. We can see that if we have a straight line A and B, and the A has a coordinate of x and y, and B has a coordinate of x1, I1, 1. Okay, so we can get the slope as I've explained earlier on there. But if we now get this slope, we can cross multiply. In this instance, if we cross multiply, we'll see that the y minus y1 will multiply 1, and the m will multiply the x minus x1. So we have another formula that we'll be using to solve our equations of a straight line. This is what we'll be using. Okay, let's now move on. Let's look at this question to solve. Example, A is the point minus 3 comma 7, and B is the point 6 comma minus 2. Find the length A, find the length of AB, and find the midpoint of AB. Okay, in this case now, we'll have the A to be equals to minus 3 and 7 as we have been given here. So A is equals to x1 is minus 3, y1 is equals to 7, and the here for the B, the x2 is equals to 6, and the y2 is equals to minus 2. Okay, for this one, we just write our equation of a straight line. Sorry, our equation for the length of AB, and that is we have been given already. Okay, so and I've explained it already. So we just plug in all the values there. The x2 is 6 minus the x1 is minus 3. Then we square it. Okay, plus the y2 is 2, minus the y1 is 7 there, minus 7 as well. Okay, so we square it also as well. Okay, so we now have the square root of 6 minus 3 becomes 6 plus 3. You have the 9, you have square, plus minus 2 minus 7 is equals to minus 9. We also square it as well, so you have minus 9 square. So we now have the square root of 81 plus minus 9 square also is 81. So we have the square root of 162, which give you 12.7 units. Okay, we can also find the B part there, which is the midpoint of line A or B. Okay, let's look at the second one there, the midpoint of AB, as I've said. Okay, let's have a line AB. If we have a line AB, okay, we have the A there to be minus 3,7, the coordinates of A, and the B, the coordinate is 6, minus 2. Okay, and the midpoint is the point that is in between the A and B. Of course, we already know the formula to calculate the midpoint. It has already been given before. Okay, and that is up there. So we'll just add x1 plus x2 there, which is minus 3 plus 6. Okay, we have the minus 3 plus 6 over 2, comma y1 plus y2, which is 7 plus minus 2, that's 7 minus 2, okay, over 2 as well. Okay, so the coordinate of the midpoint is equals to the minus 3 plus 6 is 3 over 2, comma 7 minus 2, you have 5 over 2, and that should be the coordinates of the midpoint. Let's look at another question. Okay, the coordinates of the midpoint of the line segments joining the A and B are 2.5 and 6. Okay, to understand this one better, it's like A, B there. We have plugged in all the values of A and B, and the midpoint there is 25 and minus 6 there, the coordinate of the midpoint. Oh, we are given coordinate of A. We don't have the coordinate of B, and that's coordinate of B you have been given to also be PQ. So we'll still write a formula for the midpoint between the 2 points. Okay, we have this formula. We have been using this formula all this while. So this midpoint here will also equals to the midpoint we are given, which is equals to the 2.5 and comma 6, comma 6. Okay, so we have this one here. So x1 plus x2 there, we have the minus 5 for the x1, and the x2 is p plus p, okay, divided by 2, comma the y1 there is 11 plus the q, which is y2, divided by 2. Now this one will equals to the 2.5 comma 6, 2.5 comma 6. Okay, so we'll now say that minus 5 plus p over 2 now, they both are equal. The first coordinate there will equals to the first coordinate on the other side. So you have this. Okay, the first coordinate will equals to the first coordinate in the other side. You have minus 5 plus p over 2 will equals to 2.5. Okay, and 11 plus q over 2 equals to 6. Minus 6 rather, equals to minus 6. So we now have minus 5 plus p over 2 will equals to 2.5. So we cross multiply now, and we'll have minus 5 plus p is equals to 2 times 2.5 will give you 5. Okay, so it's going to give us 5. So we now have p is equals to 5 plus 5. When we collect the like times, p will give us 10. Okay, so we also have to get for the 11 plus q also over 2, which will equals to minus 6. If we cross multiply, we have the 11 plus q will equals to minus 12. Q will be equals to minus 12 minus 11. We have q is equals to minus 23. Okay, that's give us the answer for p and q. Okay, let's look at this. Find the gradient of the line passing through points p and q, and p has a coordinate of 1, 1, and q has a coordinate of 2, 5. Okay, you can see the coordinate of p there. Okay, and to do this, the gradients, we already know that the gradient is like a slope. We have the formula to be equals to, for the p to be equals to 1, 1, and for the q, let me write it again. Okay, is equals to 2, 5. Okay, the formula for the gradient, as we already know, is x1. Okay, the first part is x1 y1 for the p. The second one is x2 y2 for the q, and the next thing now is to write the formula for the gradients. And the gradient of slope is a small letter m. Okay, we write a small letter m there is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so we put all the values there. Y2 is 5 minus y1, which is 1, over x2 minus the x2 is 2 minus 1. So minus 1 now. Okay, so the slope now m is equals to 4 over 1. We have the slope to be equals to m is equals to 4. Okay, so that's our slope. Now let's use that one. Let's find the equation of the straight line a with a gradient of 2 and passing through the points. This is a with a gradient of 2 and passing through the point 4, 7, and 2 with a gradient of 4, 7, passing through the point minus 5, 8, and 1, 4. We will use using the formula in this instance. Okay, for the first one, we are given the formula y minus y1 minus is equals to m into bracket x minus x1. Okay, remember I told you that we will be using this formula to get the equation of a straight line. Our m here is the gradient, which is equals to 2, and and here we have the 4 to be equals to the x1, and we have the 7 to be equals to the y1. Okay, we plug in everything inside the formula there. So we have y minus y1 now is 7. Okay, is equals to the m is already 2 into brackets x minus or x1, which is equals to 7 as well. Sorry, x1 is 4, rather, x minus 4. So we have y minus 7 is equals to 2x minus 8. Okay, we make y to be subject, so y will be equals to, in this instance, 2x minus 8 plus 7 now, where we take the plus 7 to the other side. So we have y is equals to 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. And this one gives us the first part. And the second part actually is a 2 points that we are giving, and we are asked to find the equation of the straight line. Okay, the first one we are giving gradient and just 1 point. These 2 points here, we have to first get the gradient first. Okay, that's the first thing to do. We'll get the gradient, and then from there we'll use the formula to get the second one. Okay, who agree with me that minus 5 is x1? We can say that 8 is y1, and 1 is x2, minus 4 is y2 from the 2 points we are given there. Okay, the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and y2 is minus 4 minus 8 now, minus 8 divided by x2 is a 1 minus 5. Okay, 1 minus 5. Okay, that's our x1 minus 5. So the slope now is now equals to minus 4 minus 8, give us minus 12 over 1 minus 5. That's 1 plus 5, and that will be equals to 6, and m is equals to minus 2. Okay, then we will now use the formula that we already know. Of course, this one will now be y minus y1. Y1 is 8. Okay, is equals to the slope is minus 2 into bracket x minus x1. Now x1 is a minus 5. Okay, so you now have y minus 8 is equals to minus 2 into bracket x plus 5. Okay, we have y minus 8 is equals to minus 2x minus 10. Okay, so we can take y is equals to minus 2x now, minus 10. We take the minus 8 to the other side. It becomes minus 10 plus 8. I'll give you minus 2, and that won't give us the final answer for this. Okay, this is where we're going to stop on this. Watch out for the second part, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.